Hey guys, welcome back to MU Sports TV. So, Manchester United are traveling to St James Park to face Newcastle United in match week 32 in the Premier League. Yes, we are just 7 games left in the Premier League. The Manchester United are trying to salvage their season, guys. Remember, it's going to be a tough run the next remaining 7 games because United they are trying to be able to play in the Champions League next season, and for that to happen, there's only two ways. One is winning the Europa League this season, and two is finishing in, I think, top five. The top five is, I think, is it can't happen now. I don't think United can finish top five at the moment, but they might feature for they might be able to feature in the next year's Europa League if they finish in the top nine. There's a possibility of 9 Premier League teams being able to uh, feature in next year's Europa League or Europe competition. That is the Champions League, the Europa League, and the UEFA Conference League. Uh, After Arsenal's 3-0 win against Real Madrid last week, it was officially confirmed that Premier League will have 5 teams present in the Champions League next season. And currently, the teams that are the fifth position now is Liverpool, Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, Chelsea, and Newcastle United. Manchester City, Aston Villa, Fulham, and Brighton are in those places where they can feature in the Europa League and also in the UEFA Conference League. I think also Manchester City, Aston Villa, they are still in FA Cup. So any teams that win the FA Cup automatically qualifies for Europa League. So we might have at least maybe 9 teams being able to qualify for Europe next season, and United can take this chance. They have two ways to be able to feature in next year's European competitions. They need to win the Europa League if they are to win the Champions League, to play in the Champions League. They need to finish in at least top nine if they are to feature in next year's UEFA Conference League or UEFA Europa League. So currently United are sitting 9 points below the ninth position. Brighton are the ninth team. After 31 games, they have 47 points. United 13th after 31 games, they have 38 points, 9 points below the Europa League. Do you think United needs to focus on the Europa League, or they need to focus on the Premier League, maybe to finish in top 9, top 8? Or do you think both? A lot needs to be done if United are going to play in Europa League or Conference League or Champions League next season. I think we can't just focus on Europa League because it is not a guarantee that we are going to win it. That is not a guarantee. So I think at the moment we need to focus on the both. We should focus on both the Premier League and focus on both on also in the Europa League. As I've said, just 9 points behind top nine. So with 7 games remaining, inclusive of the Newcastle one, that is 21 points. So somehow, if we just manage to maybe get maybe at least 20 points is possible. At least 20 points out of the 21 points, 21 points remaining. Maybe grab a draw against Chelsea. So I think it's still a possibility. So don't write United out yet. But it will be difficult to achieve top nine if we are going to lose. If we lose against Newcastle tomorrow, 3 points is what is needed tomorrow against Newcastle. 3 points, that is what is needed. Newcastle are also fighting for the 3 points because they want to play in the Champions League next season. Currently, as I said, they are sitting fifth with the 53 points, and they have a game in hand advantage against Manchester City and the Aston Villa. So the big call, Amorim needs to do his magic. Yeah, this is now crucial part of the season because the only way to salvage our season is winning the Europa League. That's the only way to maybe say we had I can say fairly good season because at the moment we are bottom 10. Yeah, bottom 10. So it's not what we expected at the start of this season. So this is something that a shocker to all of us. We started with Eric Ten Hag. He was sacked. Ruben came, and we had a lot of expectation, but we understand that he plays a different system, and the players that we have, some of them are not are structured to play in this kind of formation or system. So we will give him time. Amorim, yes, he needs time, and we want to give him time. As a fans, all we need to do is just back him and protect our manager at all costs. So tomorrow's game against Newcastle is going to be a crucial one. I know most will say let's concentrate on the Europa League. This is not important, but guys, let me tell you one thing: we are not guaranteed that we're going to win the Europa League. And what if we miss out? Remember, we are going to play to win at Old Trafford next week on Thursday against Lyon, qualify for the semi-finals. So when I say Amorim needs to do his magic, and also we need a big call from him tomorrow against Newcastle, because in terms of team selection, we for the first time I think since he arrived from Sporting CB, he selected the same lineup in 2 consecutive games. The same lineup he used against Manchester City, the same one he used against Lyon on Thursday, and we were lucky to get a draw in both two games, but we were unlucky not to win, because against Manchester City we had chances of winning the game. Against Lyon also we had multiple chances of winning the game, and somehow we couldn't take our chances because we happened to have I can say a malfunctioning attack. Our attack is not lethal enough, because we are getting chances but somehow failing to take our chances, and that is what is derailing us down at the moment as a club. And I think tomorrow against Newcastle, there's some changes that needs to be done in goalkeeping situation. Andre Onana has been our number one goalkeeper since he arrived from Inter Milan last season. This season under Ruben Amorim, he has played also. I think like 90% of the games, because Altibandir has only played against Arsenal in the Europa League, in the FA Cup. He did good against Arsenal, that is in the third round, where he made some saves, penalty saves, and also some crucial save in 90 minutes. So I think Altibandir needs to be brought in the first 11. I think Andonana, there's so much going on around him at the moment that I think he needs to be rested a bit, to cool the temper of the media down. The social media is so hot right now against Andronana. So starting him tomorrow will just do him no good, but harm, because he will be playing under pressure. He'll be playing to prove a point, and sometimes when you play to prove a point, it turns out ugly, and in favor of your opponent. So I think Andonana needs to. I think he needs to be rested in the next 2 games that we have against Newcastle tomorrow and against Lyon on Thursday. Maybe if Amorim thinks maybe I had to play him in one game, I'd rather suggest he plays Andonana tomorrow against Newcastle, rather than playing him against Lyon on Thursday, because if he plays Andre Onana on Thursday, Onana will be playing to prove a point, and that is not what we want to happen. The same mistakes he did against Lyon on Thursday can happen again next week at Old Trafford. Yeah, so team selection needs to be crucial, because also we need to protect some of the players. We are having a crucial game also on Thursday, so he needs to be cautious when selecting his first 11. So I think for me, I'd say Altibandir should start in goal, guys. Altibandir, I think we need to see him again tomorrow, and he needs to play tomorrow by indeed, so that how he will play will determine if he will start against Lyon or Andonana will reclaim his first position. So tomorrow should be Altibandir exhibition to determine if he will also play against Lyon on Thursday. So if you ask me, I'd suggest that Altibandir should start tomorrow against Newcastle. The back 3, I think Eden Heaven is still not fit enough. Alessandro Martinez is definitely out until the rest of the season. Natis Delict, I don't know about the guy. It was a knock reported prior to the Newcastle game, after the Nottingham Forest game. He missed Manchester City game. We were hoping that we will have him back against Lyon, but we couldn't. He was not even in training. So we're still waiting. We're still waiting for the official confirmation if the injury is that serious or not. But at the moment, we don't know about the leaked if he'll be available against Newcastle tomorrow. So that is the leaked. Alessandro Martinez and Eden Heaven are definitely out in that back three. So I think we can see the same back three we saw against City and also against Leon Thursday, against Newcastle tomorrow. That is Lenny Yoro, Harry Maguire, and Amnaso Mazrowi in that back three. The wing backs, I think he'll put Dogu as the left wing back and Diego Dalot as the right wing back. In midfield, we've seen the double pivot of Casemiro and Ugarte in the last two games. Not so bad. And I think Amorim might decide to maybe rest one of the players, maybe Casemiro or Ugarte. And maybe I could see Mount. There's a possibility of Mount or Kobe Mano starting. So I don't know about that, but at the moment, you know, that Kobe Mano is fit, Mount is also fit. Toby Collier, we don't know about the young lad. Maybe he's injured or maybe it's just precaution. But I think he'll be out in tomorrow's match against Newcastle. Chidobe Martin is back. Yes, he featured against for the under 21 last Monday, where he scored 2 goals. But he's back after being remember he's ineligible to feature for us in the Europa League this season, but in the Premier League he is eligible. So tomorrow I think there's a high chance of him getting minutes against Newcastle United. So we've seen some players improving and some showing the signs of improvement. We've seen that in as Joshua Zirkzee. He's done well since that. Remember when he was substituted in the first half against Newcastle at Old Trafford. The game we lost 2-0. Remember that game. So I think he might have a point to prove tomorrow against Newcastle at St. James Park. So I don't know about the striker tomorrow, but if Amorim decides to start Holland again, no problem. Fair enough. Because maybe he doesn't trust Chidobe yet. Maybe he's still young and needs time to adapt. The Premier League, tough league. So I won't be surprised if Holland start again against Newcastle. So that's left now for Ruben Amorim. But if it were me, I think I would give Chidobe Martin the start. Yeah, he deserved it. I think we've seen a glimpse of what he can be in the future against Fulham in the FA Cup. So I think if it was me, I will start attack of Mount Zirkzee and Chidobe Martin, then Bruno Fernandes with Casemiro, addressed Manuel Ugarte. Then maybe in the second half, I would sub off Bruno Fernandes to bring on Ugarte. So I think Omega Nacho. So I think Bruno Fernandes, he needs to play because it's been very, very crucial for us this season, and we can't afford to miss him in our starting 11. But he needs to rest. So maybe we can start him, and maybe I will be subbed off early enough in the second half so that he can be fit enough to face Lyon on Thursday. So guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think Bandir should start in goal or Andonana given another chance? Sorry about that. And also, do you think Holland should start, or do you think it's time for Amorim to trust or the young lad that is Chidobe Martin? Prediction in the comment section below and also in the community section. Thanks for watching.